So, hi everyone, today I'm going to show you all my different sets of templates. Obviously you all know that I'm a big fan of templates because with my dyspraxia I have a really bad habit of when I naturally make things myself, I drift off slightly to the left. So when I use templates instead of using freehand, sometimes it naturally takes out that thing where I drift off centre and I don't have to think so much about making my bows. So that's why I enjoy them, and I also enjoy the wooden versions because I am very heavy-handed, and sometimes when I'm using my paper ones, what I do when I am stitching in, I have a habit of going like this and squishing my templates, which is not great because obviously it still throws your bows out of alignment. So like I said, when you can, if you do try your cardboard versions and you get along with them and you've got the money to do so, then investing in your wooden versions is a good place to go to if you want to improve your bow making skills. But like I said, only choose this option if you can afford it and if you get along with the methods, because like I said, one of my big things is it doesn't matter what kind of making you do, whether or not you do templates, whether or not you do freehand, whether or not you do no-sew, etc. It's finding the best one that fits how you make. So like I said, if templates aren't for you, then that's absolutely fine. I've got other tutorials that are better fitted for you. Like I said, you've still got other options that you can look into. It's just I happen to get along with these, and like I said, think they're quite good tools, and like I said, they're brilliant for people like me who, like I said, are constantly drifting off naturally, sometimes without even realising. So obviously I've got my handmade chair templates that I've been using recently, and I will link the videos to show you how to use these. But again, I've also got the freehand chair boat tutorial as well. So like I said, it doesn't necessarily need the templates, it's just giving you a bit of extra guidance to stopping you going off centre if that's what you naturally do. So there's those ones, and then here I've got my two main sets. Now this is my 1 inch all the way down to 11-inch original wooden template set, and as you can see, they're these ones. They're not very long. I do occasionally have to slip my ribbon along if I'm using bigger sizes, but these are 5 inches long, and obviously they're by the width of the inches as you go along. And like I said, that's the 1 to 11 inch. And then I've got my new set from my friend Cheverella, which is 3 templates, but you get 6 sizes, and that's what I'm going to show you on this one, how to use these ones with the long side and the short side, because like I said, this is my new version and I prefer this because I've got a much smaller gap. And again, the main thing I use these for is to stop myself from drifting off centre. So like I said, with the wider gap, as you can see, that's about 1/2 centimetre. This one is less than a couple of millimetres, I think it's about 5 millimetres. It gives you even better guidance on getting your stitches in without drifting at all. But like I said, you can use them this way, which is your 5.5 inches way, or you can use them this way, which is the 7 inches way, and the same on the 4-inch version. You can use it 4 inches, or you can turn it over and use 6 inches, and on your 3 you can use it 3, or you can turn it over and use 5. So like that's why these are useful, because like I said, instead of getting just 3 templates, you're getting 6, and like I said, you're getting in the in-between because you're getting the 5.5, 4 and the 3, and the 7, 6 and 5, and that 5.5 is actually quite a useful size, which people don't naturally think of, but it's great for your in-between bows, like when you want something as a base bow. It's the kind of between 6 inches being too big for the base bow and seeing too much of it, and 5 inches you're not being able to see anything at all, so that 1/2 inch makes a difference on some of those. Now if you want to test out templates before you buy them, because like I said, not everyone will get along with them, what you can do is, this is the most basic way of making your own templates. This is the back of a used pip box, you know, the boxes that you send your bows in. Okay, it's just thick enough for it, it's not too thin, not too thick. And basically what you do, so if you wanted a 4-inch template, you measure this bit by 4 inches. Just move that out there. So we've done that by 4 inches. I like slightly longer ones if I'm making them myself, so I've done 10 inches down. And what I've done is I've worked out the dead centre, which is 2, and I've done 1/2 centimetre either side, and that gap is 1 inch, or you could do 1 centimetre, or you could do half a centimetre depending on how good you are at cutting. And all you would do is cut that out. And if you wanted a 5-inch version, you'd do 5 inches width, 10 down, and you'd still do your gap dead centre. You always need this gap dead centre, and I stop 2 inches up from the top. There is also some templates that you can print out and use as cut guides if you're not great at using a ruler and keeping your lines completely straight, and I will link that in the description below as well, along with where to get the templates in the UK if you want a version of my newer ones, which is this 3 set. So the other thing I'm going to show you today, because like I said, this is the thing that people are getting confused by, the fact that we've got this way and this way. So I'm going to show you how to use this one on the 4-inch template. And I've got 2 different sizes of ribbon. So I've got my 1.5 inch ribbon and some 2-inch ribbon. And basically what you can do is, if you wanted to use the 6 inches and do a half pinwheel in your 2-inch, you can clip like this, like so. And we do a first stitch from above. Excuse the noise, the neighbour's dogs just started barking. Apologies. And then obviously the guide is further down, so all you do is slip that down like so. And then you can finish. Sorry, it's hard to do on camera. You can finish your stitches by slowly sliding that down like so. So like I said, you got your stitches in, still straight. And then you can cinch them as you normally would. And there you go. There's 1 2-inch ribbon, half pinwheel, and you've still used your template to keep your stitches straight. Like I said, if you are doing it, do it a little bit slower than me. But like I said, show you again. Just get my thread unpicker so I don't waste ribbon. So, okay, let's just retie my thread. Okay, so like I said, repin over, round, however much you want the overlap to be, pin everything in place, use your guide to do your first stitch in, so 1, 2 from beneath, 3. Excuse my tangles, I've done a longer thread today. Take your clip off there. Slip it down a little. You can re-put your clips on if you want to. Back up from the knee. Untangle that side. Slide that down again. Place that one in. A little further down. Last stitching. Take it completely off your template. And cinch. So like I said, this is how you would use it for your second size. Like I said, it takes a little bit longer, but like I said, it still keeps your cinches and everything in alignment how it should do. And obviously you can work out whether or not one side's longer than the other. I'll sort that out in a minute. This is just to show you a couple of ways to use the templates with the different sides. Okay, so just re-thread my knot. And we'll do one on the 1.5 inch. And like I said, this is the other thing. When you're using templates, I don't measure anything. I just cut as I wrap round things and work out roughly like that way. But if you are using 2 inch on your 6 inch side, you're always going to have a 6 inch bow at the end of it. Well, 5 inch, 5.5 inch, and obviously your tails would make it 6. So like I said, you're always going to have roughly a similar size bow to your template, normally about 1/2 inch less once you've done your cinching. So like if you use a 6 inch template, you're going to get a 5.5 inch bow. If you use a 4 inch template, you're going to get a 3.5 inch bow. So it's a good way to work out. Like I said, if you've got customers that are specifically wanting a certain size, it's another good way of doing it that way. And then this way, I'll just show you how to do a different version similar to the chair style. Okay, so we want, excuse me, you want about 16 inches ribbon, your 1.5, fold in half like so, and heat seal your crease, well, heat your crease in. Pop that to the top of your line like so, and clip. Turn them this way so you get crossover here, and then I clip here and here. And this is like the more loopy chair type bow that you can do. So from that point, from above, you do the last one up. So in 1, 2, 3, out, and then there's, I'll show you once taking it off the template. but you can play around with the stitches on these as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4 that side, 1 in, 1, 2, 3 out this side, and all you do is cinch like so. And this is what I would class as more of a chair style base bow rather than like a standard chair bow. Because you get these like little loopy bits here, but your tails still fall down like a normal chair bow. And like I said, you can angle them straight up. You can curve them, you can do them however you prefer your spikes, and add your centre. And there you go, that's another cute one to do on your templates. Like I said, there's tons and tons of bows that you can do on them. I have a whole list of template bows. I will add it to the description box. Like I said, you can play around with them, you can mix up the sizes, you can use your templates on different ribbon sizes. Like I said, even on this 4 inches, if you wanted to, you could use your 1.5 inch, or you could even use the 2 inch on this. And like I said, you'd just get, like I said, the 3.5 inch wide versions on both, in the different widths of the ribbon. So obviously they'll both look a little bit different purely from the sizing. Let me show you. We'll do a chair the 4 inch way in the 2 inch ribbon. And like I said, I'm not one for measuring when I use my templates. So just heat grease this. There we go. Use that as a guide. Clip. Clip, flip it over, cross like so, clip here, and then we're ready to do our stitches. There you go. So put your stitches in, take your clips off. Obviously, as you can see, I've done longer tails because I didn't measure that one. If you're ever worried about using this side and you're worried about the ribbon catching, what I sometimes do is I always have a roll of sellotape on my desk. If you really wanted to, you could sellotape that side across just to stop it catching if you're mainly going to use it the 4 inch way for a bit. But like I said, that is a personal choice. And the other thing I do that is if I am doing, say, tool bows, I will also sellotape down both edges on my wooden, just to stop the tool from catching and snagging. And there you go, that is basically a super long-tailed 2 inch chair, and I'll just show you against the 1.5 inch. So, as you can see, the ears are both the same size, and this is another good way of, if you wanted to layer. So say you've got multiple coloured blues and you wanted to make like, you could do 3 inch on the 4, 2 inch on the 4, 1.5 inch on the 4, and 1 inch ribbon on the 4, and then layer them on top of each other, and you just have slightly, as you can see, just fractionally smaller bows each time, but they're all basically 3.5, roughly 3.5 inches wide. And like I said, you can just mess around with layering. Like I said, you can use these, you can use templates to layer on top of your ribbon as well. Like I said, they're great tools to have. Like I said, there's different ways of using them. There's many different bows that you can make using these. Like I said, these ones are great because, like I said, you can use this longer side and you can use the wider way on all of these. Like I said, just remember, if you're going to do the shorter way, it takes a little bit more patience, and you do need to master slipping the bigger size ribbon down a little bit so you can get your stitches in and still keep them nice and centered. But like I said, if you want to test them and you're not sure that wooden ones are going to not be for you, like I said, there is plenty of guides for you to be able to make them. Like I said, super simple. Just get yourself a bit of cardboard, cut the widths that you want. I will say the 3 most common tend to be 3, 4, 5 and 5.5. They're the most 4 that I tend to pick up on a regular basis. If you're one for making embellishment bows for your sides, you know, 1 inch for your big OTTs, then the 2 that you'll probably most pick up is your 1 inch and your 2 inch to do like your little sailor bows, your little miniature tucks and your layered tux bows, and your little tiny little chair bows that you put on the side of your bows. They're super useful for making lots and lots of those all in one go. So like I said, those are the sort of sizes you'd be looking at depending on what kind of bows that you particularly make. But hopefully you found that all useful, and like I said, it's taught you something on how to use the 2 different versions of the templates. The other ones obviously you use exactly the same way, but you don't have the side slot. This is one of my most favourite tools for bow making, because I know I've done that too long. Get my thread unpicker out. What I will do is I will take my hair straighteners over these to heat seal where I've got the little tiny holes, and then I'll be able to make 2 bows out of this instead of wasting any ribbon. So like I said, thank you for watching. Hopefully you found this all useful. You've learned how to make your templates, you've learned how to use the styles that you might not have known how to use. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and if you need any more help or assistance with anything at all, the links to the Facebook page and group are available, and I'm always available to answer any questions that you might have. Thanks, bye.